So we won't do the,
And by the way, this could be running for a month and
Yeah.
never be turned off, and you can still walk
Still
up and
do
do
this.
it.
Okay.
it never gets any hot. It's like tepid bath water.
But that lamp's it's a 480 watt lamp.
This
Okay.
No,
is
that is a 320 probably.
320.
320. Okay.
Yeah.
And ordinary circumstance, that would be 300 something degrees that you have your hand on right now.
Well,
If for an old HID, it would be over 300 degrees. And the light is, do not grab that. That is
yeah, the
very
lamp's
Yeah.
still hot.
Yeah.
But right here, if you actually take, we have the infrared cameras and all that, and you take ours and it's real cool blues, and you take the regular and it's real hot oranges and reds, and or am I getting that backwards? You just know what I mean. And then you just see the heat coming out.
So no one asks about the design, and that's a very interesting part about it is because the hottest part of this product is that lamp. And so we need to make sure that the heat from the lamp doesn't get up to the electronics. So this actual design is exactly 7 inches. The mechanical design actually is a passive method to dissipate the heat from the lamp so it doesn't go to the electronics.
Oh, so the curve actually dissipates it. So interesting.
So some of the earlier EHIDs, Michael, that Greg was talking about, besides all the heat, so they said, heat, we'll put a fan in. So they put a fan in and introduced another point of failure. So when the fan failed, of course, it got
Fan your
hot,
heat, right.
and it failed again. So ours is all passive dissipation, but the heat dissipation is from the lamp itself. There's no heat generated by the pod.
Well, very little heat.
Little heat.
But the whole thing with the heat is something we didn't mention. There's a lot of benefits that we never even touched on, faster ignition, things like that. But it's also with the EHID, our closest competitor, if you say I need to be put in over a 50C environment, I challenge anyone to try to get them to admit to doing it. They'll have it in their literature, 55C, but then when you call them and tell them that, you never can get the quote, blah, 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 because they can't do it. And it goes back to what I was saying, when we very first started about how heat is the enemy to those designs, right? But with ours, we can put this in an ambient temperature for 65C, day in, day out. And matter of fact, in our lab, we torture tested these things. We created what's called the hot box. We put oodles of these things in this hot box and kept it at 65C for months on end, 24/7, right? There's nowhere it's going to be that hot, that long, and these things just sail through. And that's an impressive statement. And this was networked and everything inside this hot box.
Yeah. Plus, you get the additional air conditioning savings too, along with the 80%.